So, now we will come back how to evaluate each technique. So the meaning is, when I see something, it's perfect, I can give 10 points. It's almost perfect, 9. And so on, 8, very good, 7 good, 6 almost good, 5 enough, and under 5, it's not enough. So, that means that we had to translate this value on the score sheet. That's why 1, 9 is one small mistake on the scorecard. 1 cross, 8, very good, 2 small, imperfection. Medium, you lose 3 points, so it's good, but 1 medium mistake. 6, 1 small, 1 medium. Enough, 2 small and 1 medium. Big mistake, 5 points. So the result of 2 small and 1 medium is also 5. And a big mistake is also 5. Now, what's the difference? At the end of the competition, if the pair have the same points, it happens sometime, so we will check the mistake. The one who had the bigger, the higher number of big mistake will lose against the other who have less, and so on. And then we go to the big, medium, small mistake to make the difference in case of equal result. The total point is 402 for both, so we go to see who have the higher mistake. In the system, when the technique is done, even if it's not good, you cannot put 0. The system will always put 1 point, the lowest level if you do the technique, even if it's not good. And 0 is only for forgotten technique. And I will explain what are forgotten technique, because it's not just not do the technique, something else will also come. Okay? That means also that at the beginning we had to change this to this. What is that? That is counting mistake. But judge has to first evaluate the technique. So if you see something, you don't have to check, one mistake, small, big, small, 2, 3, 4, 5 small. What should I do if I have 5 small? No. First, global evaluation of the technique. If you think that it's 7, okay, 7, you can say it's 7, you lose 3 points, that it's equal to the medium mistake. Why? Because we are not there to count mistake. It's negative system. We have to work in a positive evaluation. So first thing, what result you have and meaning. And you have to confirm this meaning with the rule. And the rule gives a value for the kind of mistake. So in the spirit, it's a cross check. You give a result and you will confirm with the kind of mistake. Beginning, it's not an easy exercise. Okay? But we will do it later. You will see, and it could be easier to understand the rule, working like that way. Okay? I think that for the time being it's not so clear, but it will come clear. Okay? Now, what are forgotten technique? Forgotten technique is something is omitted. Not do. Iponsonage, ukiotoshi, ponsonage, katagoma. You do ukiotoshi, katagoma. Iponsonage is omitted. No problem. Big mistake. Forgotten technique. Result 0. Result 0 means also something very important. This pair is out of the competition. not Hansukumake. But the result will be divided by 2. That means that they cannot reach the podium. Okay, that's why it's very important when judges imagine that it's a forgotten technique, they will divide the result, the total result, by 2. So no chance to go to the podium. Another situation, reverse starting position. Starting the kata in the reverse position. Someone told me it will never happen. But for sure, we had also during European and World Championship champion, guys who had gold medal previous year, they started reverse position. The back to judges. Not possible. And in this case, you can also imagine that the end result, if you start in the wrong position, you can never go to the podium to final. You are nearly out of the competition. One case, if everybody starts in the wrong position, maybe you have a chance. But this case will not happen. Okay, change sequence of the technique. That also. Because in the past they say, oh, yeah, how omitted technique? It's not done. Yes, but when also? If you make ukiotoshi, ippon senage, kataguruma, it's okay. If you make ukiotoshi, kataguruma, ippon senage, you have done all the 3 techniques. Yes, but not in the right sequence. This also not possible to reach the podium. So we decided to put this kind of mistake with forgotten technique. The score will be divided by 2. Okay? And on the score sheet, you have just 1 cross for forgotten technique. It's the last one. A cross. Yeah. Forgotten, it's 10, it's minus 10. That means 10 minus 10, 0. Okay? It's clear? Okay, it's clear. I will show you some videos at the end of the PowerPoint, and you will tell me if it's forgotten or not. Okay? And I think that we will have discussion. Why? Because I had a discussion with the judges. Okay? Second step, big mistakes. In general, big mistake if the principle of the technique is not done correctly. Okay? Sometimes it's also wrong technique. It happened when you see in Nage no Kata Araigoshi, sometimes it's more Hashiguma, and sometimes Hanegoshi. That's not correct technique. That maximum score, that case, should be 5. Not 6, not 7. 5 or less, but not all. Reverse position of Toriuke. I spoke about the forgotten technique when they start kata in the wrong position. But, for example, in Kodokan Goshinjutsu, you change always position. You go to take the weapon and sit. And sometimes they change position. In this case, it's not forgotten technique. But it's a big mistake. If they continue with the wrong position, it's always big mistake, big mistake. If they have in mind, they change and they come back to the good position, stop, big mistake. Normal scoring. Okay? It happens also. But the judges know the rule, but sometimes it's difficult. They have to be confident, so we have to always to repeat this kind of situation. So, this case, big mistake, starting position, forgotten technique. Losing control of partner. always a big mistake. What is loose control? Easy example in Okuri Ashiarai, Nage no Kata. Hop. We release the grip. Lose of control. It happened to some of you? Yes, me also. But I will show you also video. You can lose control in Koshiwaza, in Hashiwaza, in all technique. Sometime in Kime no Kata, when the weapon is in the inside the judo gi, it's also losing of control. So it's always, this situation is big mistake. If you lose your belt, losing belt is also big mistake. Losing belt mean the belt will fall on the mat, not just open. If you can, it will be something else. But if the belt is on the mat, it's also a big mistake. Losing weapon. In each technique, in each case, during Kime and Goshin, it's also big mistake. At the beginning we had discussion, because some sensei says during attack is more important than when you put the weapon. Yes, but in which case, to describe all the cases, it's impossible. So once we decided that for all losing of weapon is a big mistake. In any case, it's easier for everybody. Competitor knows, and judges know also. It's easy to explain. In any case, you lose weapon, big mistake. Perform a technique twice, yes, also big mistake. Like in Nage no Kata, how many times have we see that for Tomoe Nage, twice right, it happens anytime. Not so much with champion, but with young or beginner in kata, they are concentrated and up, change direction and twice at the same side. This case, one cross, you have just one position, 5 point, one column, and you have to put one cross each time you see a big mistake. Okay, for big mistakes? Yeah?
Question on the big mistake. You're saying that the max score is 5 with the wrong technique, but it can be lower.
Yeah.
So is that a big mistake plus a medium or small mistake towards the same? Okay. But it can't be 0.
Yeah, sometimes there is a big mistake, but the attack was correct, the rhythm is good, the position is good, everything is good, but they made a big mistake, or they lose just the control. 5 points. But the same example for Okuri Hashiarai, they lose the control, but before they take the wrong grip. Also, imperfection. 2 small mistake also, maybe. So the result will be 3 and not 5 in this case.
And it can't be 0.
It will be 1,
right,
because the technique is done. Yeah, but it can go to 1. Yeah, all right. Yes? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but on the handout, there was that lists some examples here. Under big mistakes, it also has an entry called poor execution.
Yeah.
I didn't see that in what you were covering on the screen there, so.
No, but you have to translate this result you have in mind for the kata, and then you will compare with this table. Have I saw losing of control? Has he forgot the technique or not? And now we will come to the medium mistake. Maybe he made a medium mistake. So that's the. We are not computer. It's not mathematics, kata. So you have to evaluate globally the technique, and then try to make the link with the rule and see if it's correct or not. Sometimes you see, oh, I don't like this kind of technique, but anyway, was not big mistake? No medium mistake? Imperfection for sure, but maybe I have to evaluate 6 and not 5, because my evaluation was too strong for this kind. So it's both sides. But the first, it's your own impression of the techniques and what you saw. We will see, because now it's kind of mistake by kind of mistake. After that, we have to mix everything. It's more complicated. Okay? Medium mistake. Starting position. Here, that means starting position means that for Nage no Kata you have opened your kata and you have to go to the forward, and you go forward 2 or 3 steps, too far. So in this case, it's mean starting position. It's also medium mistake. You have the 6 meter line, so normally you should be just before the line. Now we see strange champion. They know that the line is 6 meters. They are 20 centimeters behind. Start. Medium mistake. No problem. Distance, Toriuke. You know, generally, distance are Nage no Kata 60 centimeters. Sometimes Okuya Shiarai more or less 30 centimeters. Sometimes 2 meters and so on. But for Okuya Shiarai, you see the two competitors 60 centimeters, normal distance for grip. It's not correct distance. Medium mistake. Directly. Medium. In Kimi no Kata also, distance for attack. In Kodokan Koshinjitsu, 4 meters for attack, not 3 meters, not 5 meters. You start at around about 4 meters. That means here distance. Sometimes for you are in Katami no Kata, you are behind. For strangle, not good distance also. Every time that you have distance problem, it's medium mistake. But 5 centimeters, it's not a medium mistake. Okay? You have also in mind that sometimes you have tall guys. The distance could be a bit longer. They are small, they are more closer. It's normal. That's natural position. Okay? But it's if they are very tall and too close, it's problem of distance. Okay? That is the meaning of distance. So when we will have kata this afternoon or on the video. If you see problem of distance, if you say okay, small distance, okay, small mistake, but it's out of the normal range, it's always medium.
Question.
Bow. Yeah.
Is that equivalent to saying that you will evaluate the size and the distance, and if it looks okay, that's okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We are not 30, 35, 60. No. The guys are tall. Distance is a little bit higher than 60 centimeters. Okay. For Chimata, we made a step. Small step for us. It's a big step small step for them. It's a short step for us. So distance is good. Okay.
I wasn't trying to be silly about that, but I've seen criteria where it says X number of meters, period. And I'm glad that there's human evaluation.
You will have here some distance, 30, 60, 90, 2 meters. It's always above, around, not the value. Okay? It's your job as judges to see the guys and say, okay, they have to be at the normal position, they are too far, they are too close. That's your job, that's the judge's job. Okay? Then, the bow. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Medium. Anytime. Okay? When they are in the sitting bow, when the goes up, medium mistake, no problem. Okay? So, you have also to appreciate sometimes the guys have a special style, but they are in the correct position. The head is correct. They come, they have a style. Okay, no problem, no mistake in this case. But you know the kata. Here there is the link between the kata and the rules. That's sometimes difficult. And that is also to give a certain weight to the mistake. Because when you are speaking with competitor, I also the team leader from the Belgian Kata team, and every time could kata there, or there? Don't worry about that. Judge will not check that. But sometimes when you kick, you are 20 centimeters. No, you have to be close. That's important. That's not important. There is a mistake. It's correct. But the grip, you know what I mean? Sometimes they try to go too deep in the detail. And here the rule gives more or less the weight. Distance, bow, position, and so on. That's evaluated as a medium mistake. So another thing is it's an element of the principle is not applied. There is also a medium mistake. When the principle is not done, big mistake. A part of the principle is not done, it's medium mistake. Okay, the difference of all the principle and a part of the principle. Effectiveness, realism, and fluidity. So you have to evaluate in each technique, and that also it depends of the guys of the competitor. But we had a problem 3 or 4 years ago. We had to penalize competitor for this, for the rhythm in Judo Kata, because instead of 9 minutes 30, I think, for correct Judo Kata, we were at more than 11 minutes. That means 2-3 minutes more. That means then Kata was it's not a spirit of attack. In this case, it's better to be a bit faster than too slow. That's not judo in this case. You have the meaning that it's judo. Action, reaction, you must attack, you must real attack. So that's very important. Realism, course, fluidity. You have to be in your kata, and not just like dancing in slow motion or something. No, it must be spirit of kata. If not, medium mistake. Losing protection. It's also a medium mistake only in closing ceremony. There is also so if you have to protect because you have injury, and if you lose your protection, it's a medium mistake, but in the closing ceremony. Judogi, obi, t-shirt, and back number, if not correct, you have also to give medium mistake in opening and in closing ceremony. Or if they lose something. Once we saw cigarettes on the mat. Men with white t-shirt. Or competitor without back number. I can make the Japanese in final world championship. The guy put his training judogi. That they was still on the mat. He forgot to change. And he came on the mat without his back number. They lose the first place. Because 3 times medium mistake, it's 9 points. 3 judges, 3 points, 9. The French came 4 with 2 points. But it was enough. But it's the rule. So you have correct judogi, correct bell, correct back number, and so it's for everybody, even if you are world champion.
I have a question.
Yes?
So You wear your white t-shirt, you forget your back patch, you do all the techniques. You only lose points in the beginning and the opening and the closing.
Opening and closing ceremony, yeah. Because was it also, the reason is why? Because it was also interpretation difficult. Because some judges said, yeah, no, not good judo-gi or short. Have I penalized each technique? And they were more focused on the judo-gi as on the technique. So we said, okay, finish. There is problem with judo-gi, obi t-shirt and so on. In opening and closing ceremony, they will lose twice 3 points for each judges. So it's enough, and not in each technique.
Ron and Lisa came off and took it off, so they lost it they lost 9 points in the opening ceremony, but not the closing ceremony.
Yeah,
because
but
it was changed.
something different if you finish the kata and you have to go to your position and your judo-gi is not, it should be perfect. When you turn, it's not correct, and each technique you work with your judo-gi in wrong position, that you have also to give medium mistake in open and closing ceremony. Because once during the set, judo-gi was not correct. If it's just for one technique and then judoka take is judo-gi correct, no problem. Maybe we lose 1 or 2 small mistakes because it's imperfection, but not 9 points for opening and 9 points for closing ceremony. Yes?
So sometimes the obi
Yeah.
comes a little bit loose, not undone,
Yeah.
and you just go like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that a small mistake?
Small mistake.
Okay.
Question.
Yes?
In Kata no Kata, Mayuke's gi just always gets messed up. With all that movement. Are we supposed to? Is she penalized for her gi being messed up in between the times where we're able to fix them, or is it supposed to be fixed during the process of going?
Normally, if after a technique, in kata no kata, the technique in kime or on, if you have just to adjust your judo-gi, it's okay. But if something happened, your judo-gi is not correct, you cannot put it in correct position. Only when you come back at the end of your group, you have to adjust your judo-gi, and that's it. And in this case, it's no problem, because it was due to your attack or to the defense. But if it's not correct when you start the new set,
Okay.
you have to penalize. We will see some situation, I think. Yeah. Yes?
2 questions. I'm just clarifying. One, you said your gi in the wrong position is only for opening and closing, if it's a medium mistake?
No, each time that it's a wrong distance or wrong position. Big discussion for nage no kata, because for tomei nage, in the rule it's written in the center of the mat, and the Japanese start side of hooking. And last World Championship, they say, can we agree that in center or uke side it's correct? Yeah, but if you start like that, you change all the rule. For each technique, someone will find something, so we said no. Japanese has also to start in the middle. New rule, maybe we will correct. We will discuss with Korakan, and the new rule maybe will be changed. But till now, you have to start in the middle. If it's not in the middle, it's a mistake.
And then the other question, losing protection.
Yeah.
Can you expand on that a little more? What do you mean?
You have something in your knee,
Got it.
and during the walk, you fall down. You know what I mean?
Bandage.
There is a protection. It's not the same if you have something else, cigarettes or bottle of water. That's a big mistake in this case. That we make the difference of protection, because you need protection to make competition sometime, because you have injury, so it's necessary. So for that you lose 3 points. For other things you lose 5 points. Please. Yes?
So going back to the criterion of the element of principle not applied, can you maybe give us a concrete
On the
example
mat.
of that?
Here it's too difficult. But on the mat we can discuss that. I give you an example. Ahaigoshi, Ashiguruma, Hanegoshi. Sometimes Uchimata is not correct. It's Koshiwaza instead of Ashiwaza. There are So many examples. So it's better to discuss that on the mat. We'll create the situation and we can discuss about it. Okay? If you have example, no problem. I can, but I don't have like that in mind. Difficult. So many situations happen in competition that. Yes?
So the loss of protection, if you lose it, say during Shiho bandage comes up, you mark it off. You don't mark it off during that technique, you mark it off at the closing ceremony?
Yes.
Okay.
Only in closing ceremony. The easier one. Small mistake. On the score sheet you can have 2. So we can put 2 crosses. Imperfection. Okay, what means imperfection? Each of you have another definition of imperfection. I also. That means that sometimes the main idea, my friend who is working with us at IJF Kata Commission, we are not there to kill the judoka. Sometimes it's also with one small mistake. If each time you see, small, no. Sometimes it happens. Nothing is perfect. But you have to see that something is not perfect. And then you can say, okay, imperfection, okay, not good. But like we said, we spoke about the medium mistake, distance. But if it's a short distance, perfection. You can say 5 centimeters, it's okay, it's a gap. But 10 one side, is 20 centimeters, too much. This case is medium. You have to appreciate. Okay, that's also sometimes difficult, but in perfection you will see a lot. Okay, so we explain what are forgotten technique or omitted technique, big mistake, medium mistake, and small mistake, and the result is to combine all this kind of mistake, not counting mistake, but it will help you to confirm what you have in mind. I see a Nage no Kata, for me 9, it's perfect, nearly perfect, 9. Yes, but he lose protection. Losing protection? Medium. In open closing ceremony, I have to reduce my result because something happened and it's in the rule. You understand the meaning of the system? So, first your feeling. But with experience of the rules, your feeling will also be more closer because each time you will see something that is in the rule, small, medium, or big mistake. And the situation will be more and more clear. And you have to combine this because, as you said, you have 5. But, okay, loss of control. But Kumikata was not good. Okay, small. Yes, but he started and Ashiarai was not in the right position, too high. Maybe also medium, not 5, 2. Because 3 points, so because the part of the principle was not in. So you have to combine. In this case, it's nearly nothing. Because not the right position, lose of control, the technique. It's poor, in this case. Okay?